guys, welcome back to an episode of Haulass Garage. I think it's episode 15, so
right on.
A little bit of a milestone there, but
it is. Got to thank everyone for the support. We've bloody nearly 2k subs.
Almost 2,000 subs.
Nearly as much as bloody Cletus has got.
Yeah.
We'll have our own race soon.
But yeah, what's on this episode? One you've probably been waiting for, the engine, little Andy.
Little Andy.
Finally going to put him together. So yeah, we'll have a bit of break from the fab work. So hopefully this is a bit more interesting for you guys. So Dad's going to explain what we're going to do to it and what we're not going to do to it.
True. Alright, so everyone's going to say, why are you putting an LS in a Falcon? Why we're putting an LS in a Falcon? They're cheap. Yeah. And they're that easy to make, 500,000 horsepower without too much effort. That's why everyone uses them. Love them, hate them, whatever. We would probably use the Ford if we could, but I've blown up plenty of Windsors, and after 500 horsepower they split the blocks in half. And so if we were to go buy any aftermarket brand block, it'd be $2.5, $3 grand for the cheapest one, and we hope to have not even that much in this thing running. So that's why we've gone the option we have. And if you're in Australia or whatever, or even if you're watching from the States, you've seen a million of these things done. It's probably not as popular over here with the junkyard stuff, but on Marketplace and Gumtree and whatever, you hunt around and keep your finger on the pulse, you'll find a short motor, or you can use any LS, a 5.7, a 6 litre, whatever. They're pretty forgiving. You can use basically all the standard stuff. All we're going to do to this thing is put a cam and springs in it, which you don't necessarily have to do. You could probably just get away with springs if you just put a little turbo on it and you only want 400 or 500 horsepower. You'll shit that in with the standard cam. It'll drive good. Little Andy's actually got one in his Chev. It's a 5.3 or a 4.8. He left the standard cam in it. He just put springs in it, and that thing weighs 3 tonne, 4 tonne, and it goes more than fast enough to put the wind up you. So we're going to race this thing, obviously, so we're going to push it a bit harder than what we probably should be, but we'll show you actually how hard you can push things. But as a daily driver, if you just want something to, you're all-rounder or drive to worker with a little turbo on it, whatever, it'll shit 500 in on pump fuel for not a lot of money. So all we're going to do to ours is we're going to put a camshaft, we're going to put valve springs on it, we're going to pull the heads off, and we'll put LS9 gaskets, which if you hunt around on eBay, you'll get a set of them for $100. Your China head studs, there's a million people on eBay that sell them. They range from 50 to 120 bucks. But what I normally do is on a Friday or Saturday night, when I'm having a few beers, I normally annoy the piss out of all of them. They've got the make and offer thing, so find 10 of them, send them bloody lowball the shit out of them, and finally one of them will cave in and you'll get them for pretty cheap. But I got the ones for this ages ago. If you're ordering from China, it'll normally take 3 to 4 weeks. So just if you're trying to rush this through, don't. But if you can plan ahead a bit and don't want to do it all tomorrow, you'll save a lot of money on your parts. So just be wary of that. And yeah, so we're going to do that. We're just going to use a standard old LS1 intake that come on the old Commodores. They're on Gumtree and everywhere, 50 bucks, so there's nothing exotic there for the intake. Our fuel rails, we've got an old set of truck rails, or same thing. You can try and use the standard ones and weld a fitting on them, or they make the click-on fitting you can buy from Burson's or Raceworks, that you can use the standard rails. If you're only chasing sort of 500, that's plenty with it. I think Andy's only got a 3/8 line running from the back to the front, so yeah, you don't need a heap of exotic fittings and all that stuff. We'll just be running, it's going to be a fuel cell, 2044 pumps under the cell. We've got a reg, just a China reg, I think they're $50. We'll just run our line to the front. Our return will actually mount the reg on top of the tank, so it returns straight into the tank. It will have one line going to the front and into the fuel rail. So you don't need to spend a lot of money if you're not chasing, huge power on them. It is nice to use the other stuff, but as we're trying to show you how to do it on the cheap, that's what we'll try and do. So That'll be the fuel system. We've been through the rest of it, haven't we? All
Ring
that.
gaps.
Oh yeah, we'll rip the slugs out and gap the rings. We'll just check them. We might just roll the dice and pull a couple out, and if they're all pretty close, if you get a high mile engine, you normally don't have to touch them. Or if they had the shit beaten out of them, they're normally pretty worn out. But it's always good to check if you're going to bang a heap of boost in what we are. Like if you're only making 500, you probably worry about it, but we're going to push this thing right to its limit. So there's a few other boys with them that are making 900, 1,000, and that's sort of where we want to be. So we'll rip the pistons out. It'll only take us a couple of hours to rip them, gap them, put them back in. It's not a bad thing to check the bearings because it's a junkyard motor, so you may as well cut your bearing now. It's easy what's on the stand and putting it all in, and all of a sudden you've got a rattle. So someone's trying to call me. I'll ring you back, Trumpy. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We'll rip into it.
Yep. Alright, enjoy the episode.
Cool.
Jesus.
Oh, she is fruity.
Jesus. So as you can see, it's probably not the healthiest engine. Do you reckon Dustin ever changed the oil?
I don't think he ever changed the oil, or the bloke before him. I'd say its next oil change will be its second one, maybe.
I think ring gap will not be an issue on this one.
I think ring gap's going to be right.
But yeah, we'll keep going.
Righto.
As you can see, there's lots of sludge in there, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the inside of the motor looks like, I reckon. Jeez, look at that. Not good. But I think we'll just be reusing. Alright, move on to the next side now, and I'm guessing this side's not going to be much better. Whoops. Yeah, not much better. Alright, so we got our covers off, rockers and push rods. If you're going to try and do this at home, what we always do is when you take something out, you put it back where it like come from, sort of, if that makes sense. This rocker was from this spot here, and if you can sort of remember where everything came from, then it helps when you're putting it back together so you don't put something in the wrong spot. But I think we're just going to use these ones, reuse them. We'll just have to obviously clean them up because there's plenty of sludge and stuff on them, but yeah, we'll continue on. Alright guys, now we're going to pull off the heads. We'll start on the left side. Hopefully the inside's not as bad as the outside. Righto, the big reveal. Maybe. Oops. stuff, but oh jeez. Give you a better look. Hold up. Hold up. Alright, so we got that left hand side head off. A little bit dirty, but no water, which is the main thing. It's inside the head there. And
nice and crusty, just the way we like it.
nice and crusty, but
that'll bump the comp up a bit. Have a look at this ooze.
that is
Yeah, he's learning.
not good.
She's plenty lubricated anyway.
Right, we'll get this other side off. Righto, just got the other head off, and if anyone comments this is not a junkyard motor, I'll be very surprised, but as you can see,
Ooh, we've still got home marks in the bore in these ones. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not.
not really,
But it hasn't got any lip on the bores.
we think it's going to work out pretty good because no water like my one. My one, a few of the cylinders had water in them, but this one seems to be fairly dry. Wasn't just did that, but must have had red coolant in it or something. But we'll rip the sump off now and have a look at the bottom end.
Get a bit for us, Brett.
What will the inside look like?
I've got a fair idea what's going to look like. Look like my ex-girlfriend. Ooh, baby.
There's your 1,000 horsepower motor.
That's what you need. What are they? 13.
Yep. So the bottom is pretty much the same as the top, which is kind of what we expected. So
What rods have we got?
what rods have we got?
Ooh, this is gooey.
As I mentioned before, try and get each side of your motor on the bench, like we kind of have, so you're not grabbing around and stuff, but
Ooh. Yeah. it's got the little rods.
Oh no.
I think they look very little, don't they?
Yeah.
Cock sandwich. Yeah, there's no dimple on them. Boo!
Alright, so we didn't get the rods we wanted, but
I don't even think we got floating pins, did we? No.
yeah, he's got double stitch.
Man.
Oh yeah, Dustin.
Yeah,
You really
this right up.
ripped us off.
That doesn't surprise me though.
Bloody hell.
Alright.
So, what next?
Well, I reckon we pull one piston out and we check how much ring gap we got, and I don't know if I'm too scared to pull him off now or what.
At least none of them look bent.
Well, yeah, we probably should check that too.
One of mine was bent.
Yeah. You look at the back ones. What's that one look like? The second one.
Good, ain't.
Can't see no light. Yeah, it's alright. That one's alright. That one's alright. That one's alright. That one's alright. Yep.
Alright, so
They're golden.
we think they're all straight. So,
What's
the bonus.
it's number one. That guy. Let's pull number one off and see what we got.
Alright, we'll pull number one out and give you a look.
Will it have a bearing in it? Oh, they're like you!
There we go.
I'll give you the hot ticket.
They're staying in.
I use them again.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's knock that dude out. Where are we? Hopefully it doesn't fall out on the floor. No, where's my hammer?
So,
Right.
yeah, that confirms the other spinning rods. Sadly.
That is a bit of a bummer.
Right.
Ooh, the old rings are a bit stuck.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is. Where's them other rods?
So these are the rods that we did want, and you can see the difference.
So these are the LQ4, or I think they come out. These are out of a 6 litre. They got the bush end in them, not the fixed pin like these ones. So I'm not the expert on these Chinese heaps of shit by any means, but I think they put them in when they're having so many dramas with them. So anything sort of later than late 204 from what I've read has sort of got them. And the earlier ones have got these, which they seem to, and they'll hold a fair bit of power, but they seem to be a fair bit better. So you can see the differences in the width of the I-beam there. They're a fair bit thicker around here, and the actual beam width, I don't know if it shows up on camera, is a fair bit heavier. So I've been told these banger ones have got the dimple in them, so don't know if we can convert these to them, because we haven't got circlips in our pistons obviously, but I'll ring some of the people in the know, Terence and Robbie and whatever, and maybe we can come up with something so we can put the heavier rods. If not, we'll have to work something out, because I would like to put the heavy ones in as well, because we're going to beat the piss out of it. So I don't really want to get all together and we have a rod let go first day, but it will work either way.
Yep. So now what? Righto, that should pretty much be the end for this day. Just ripped them lifters out. Didn't record it, but nothing special. Same as Usual, we're just making a few phone calls now to see what we're gonna do with their rods and stuff, but I think we're just gonna get some pistons that will go into these without...
So we've got to cut circlips holes in these pistons, which Robbie at Abbott Engines thinks he can do, or I'll just ring around and see if someone's got an old set of slugs that have got an ink, and that'll save a lot of work. So we'll see what we can come up with and we'll let you know.
Yep. Righto, it's been a few days and we're lucky enough to have our long lost cousin Billy Bob Budget from very far away.
Very far away.
He's come in, he's parked his Commodore at the back. You might have seen in the last episode.
Yeah, it's running out of oil for some reason. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know why the oil's been coming out, but what we're going to be doing is, I think he's going to explain us what he's got going on here with this drum and parts and stuff. So,
alright, howdy buddy race fans. So, as you can see, the boys here have bloody got this engine from, it's probably worse than the bloody Billy Bob Budget mobile engine. Full of sludge, whatever. I think they were going to slap it back together, but I said, oh, I've got the bloody remedy at home to make yourself a homemade parts washer. It will cost you bloody, not even 10 bucks if you've got an old drum around. So what we're going to do is get a bloody 6 bricks. We're going to sit under our drum. We're going to get a bit of a fire going under there. Put some water in there with some truck wash and detergents and whatever else we can find. Then we're going to make a little basket. So we're just going to, we've got some random old zip ties here. We're going to bloody slap these together. There's a hole like that. Now this was a bit of old air filter mesh that we got out of an old air filter. Out of something, so any, I think it was out of 4-wheel drive or something. So if I can work out how to operate a zip tie. No, we'll sit that over there. Slap that on like that. Another couple up here. Ooh, hang on. Pressure's always on when you're on bloody telly, isn't it? Alright. Bang that on there. Maybe give another one for good luck. Fold that in. Zippy him in there. Alright. So we'll do that. We didn't have a real good bit to the bottom, the boys didn't, so we're just going to put that on the bottom because it's what we've got. A couple of more zippos. Like so. Left here, one on the other side. Righto, we'll bang that on there. Ooh. Righto, and we've just got a bit of old, wire. Got from down the paddock there. We'll just straighten that out a bit. How deep's our drum? We'll have it about that, so we can put it over the top. Righto. Out there, like so. That'll work. Make it a bit squarer maybe. And we'll just poke that through there like that. Ooh, we'll go for the next one down. Fold him up. Probably don't even need a knot in it, but put one in anyway. Poke that out towards the side. Make him about levelish. Like that. We actually might run it through both of these, it's just as an extra safety if we can. Where are we? Not really working that good. There we go. Alright, poke that through there. Where are we? A little bit more maybe. Alright, bring that up like so. Wrap that round. We'll trim that up when you aren't looking.
What are you going to do?
Righto, so what we're going to do is all your rockers and stuff from there, we'll put all our rockers and our bloody bolts and all that gungy stuff in there, stick her in the old bloody hot pot, and that'll, the hot water and detergent will wash it all, we'll stir it up, they'll come out, they'll be brand bloody new. We won't have to send it all away to a professional cleaner. Because we're really poor. Well, you blokes are. Billy Bob Budget. Billy Bob Budget's a bit of a baller. He's got a Commodore. He's got lots of stuff. So that's our plan. So chunky, greasy parts. Actually, we're going to put that in there as well because that mesh might be a bit big. The bolts might fall through and end up in the sludge. We might sit something in the bottom of the drum. And we might just stick a car in or something in there so all the sludge stays on the bottom and this doesn't sit in it. So hot water, parts in. Couple of bubbles, a few beers, they'll come out, there's no sludge on them. We're going to throw heads, our sump, and anything else that's covered in gunge. We'll throw it all in there. They say a bit of truck wash, a bit of CD18 or whatever you get, or a bit of degreaser, we'll probably make a bit of a brew up. We'll get that on the boil, and hopefully within an hour or two, we've got shiny parts and we can well, I can't because I've got places to go, I've got jumps to do and women to see and whatever, but the boys can get back to their engine build. So, tech tip, Billy Bob Budget.
What are you going to call this thing, this contraption? So no one steals your credit when they make it at
Billy's boiler
Billy Bob.
beauty. Billy Bob's boiler
rocker cover boiler.
You tell us what you should call it.
What should we call this thing that he's just made here? This is bloody...
Like, don't steal the paint, and if I see these for sale on eBay next week...
He's going to be very disappointed.
Oh, very disappointed.
But don't know how Billy comes up with these things. He's got the mind of a Albert Einstein. But we'll give her a test run and see
how
she goes.
It goes. But she'll be mint.
Righto, me and Billy here been sitting by the fire for about half an hour. Just got our cylinder heads and something in the pot.
Bit of LS stew.
LS stew is what he's calling it. But we got our rockets to go in now and our covers.
Covers that are full of sludge and in under them breathers, so I'm pretty confident that this will get rid of the bulk of it. So we'll throw them in. We've got about 2 litres of truck wash in here. So we've got a light man now because it's Good Friday and we can't go camping, so yeah, light man will show us dunking these in. Oh, hang on, that's a sump on the spot. Yep, smoke from the fires, hurting Billy Bob's eyes. It's really bad. Righto, we've got them in there. Where's our thing we made before? So all your rockers and bolts and all that stuff, we should be able to just dunk in the bloody old crock pot. There we go, look at that. No problem. Righto, we'll let that, that's starting to boil up a bit now. We'll let that boil up, then we'll put a bit more water in once it gets hotter. And we might enjoy a couple of cordials, refreshments as we sit by the fire.
A few waters.
And a couple of waters, a bit of water won't hurt you. And yeah, we might try and throw a bat to throw in there later, just give her a bit of flavour. We'll be bloody beauty bonza.
Catches. Righto, so as Billy said, the water's starting to go all brown. All our sludge is coming to the top, the oil and shit. So we'll have to make a little drain because we forgot that the oil comes to the top. But
well, we'll work it out.
We'll work it out. So
far, so good.
Yep. Righto, so we've rigged up our drain here, and very high tech. Hopefully it does the job, but
we should be able to put a bit more water in and oil should run down the drain.
That's the plan.
That's what happened with the Exxon Valdez, all the oil went to the top, so this should be the same.
been sitting around for a bit. Just drinking water, soda pot.
Cooking our bloody Haulass stew.
Haulass stew is cooking up pretty good and starting to boil. The water's around 100 degrees at the moment. Fire's going good, you can see, bubbling.
Oh, what a bloody look here.
Have a quick look at our rockers. Our little contraption.
Oh yes. So you know what they were like before. You can see metal now. We've got a bit of chunky degrees that we found. A bit of truck wash there that's sitting on top.
It's working pretty good.
They're coming up alright.
They've only been in there for about, what, an hour?
Yeah, hour and a bit I reckon.
Hour and a bit probably, so
Alright.
a bit more time.
Give them a bit of a mix up. Chuck them back in.
See you in another half an hour.
Righto, pressure wash is going, so it's a bit loud, but that's our bloody Billy Bob budget hot wash has softened that up. And now once we hit it with the bloody pressure wash here, that'll just come up brand new. I'm actually shocked how good it works, so check this. Look, one pass, I'll give it a bit more than that just to show you. Once you get that shit hot, it'll come off pretty good.
Righto, here we have our engine parts that have been, well, they've gotten the Billy Bob treatment.
How did, heard you had a visit from Billy Bob before, how did his Haulass stew maker go? Did it work or?
Oh, it's actually worked surprisingly well.
Bloody, what do you got here?
It's worked very well.
Weren't these covered in sludge before?
They were very dirty. They were hundreds of thousands of miles on them with unchanged oil.
Now that plate there, that was the one, give that a flip over, is it on both sides or? Now everyone remembers what that looked like.
Yeah, we showed you that a long time ago.
Oh, pardon me. What about the rockers? Now everyone's seen they were covered in guns. How'd they turn out?
Bloody brand new, these ones.
Have a look at them.
That's all of them, yeah.
Beautiful. Righto, so if you're at home and you just want to give things a bit of a spruce up, have you run them through the Billy Bob thing and what you used and
What we used?
what'd you use? Like
random stuff, lots of
we had a bit of CT18, which I think would have done the job perfectly.
Yeah, a bit of truck wash.
There was a bit of random degrees, I don't know what it was just left in the drum, but what was your water temp on that and for how long you reckon?
100 degrees was the sweet spot for our
That got it bubbling?
bubbling, yeah, and don't know, about 2 hours maybe?
I reckon, yeah, well, it's about five cordials, so yeah, I reckon probably about 2 hours, but I think the bulk of it came off. We just sort of kept pulling them out and looking at them. That when the bulk of it was coming off, you could start to see bits of aluminium again, and then we just had to give them a quick, like once everything was sort of gooey, you could tell just by poking around with a screwdriver or whatever, and then once we hit it with the old pressure wash, and that was just cold, they come up a treat. So I don't think we could be more happy than that, could we?
Not really.
And that cost us what, half a 44 you'd be able to scan from somewhere.
Yep.
I don't know what 5 litres of truck wash is, probably 20 bucks.
bit of firewood. We just used old pallets that were all broken and a bit of other stuff we had laying around.
A few waters.
And yeah,
Not bad.
do it yourself bloody parts washer.
Pretty much.
So that's the next problem is we've got to bloody clean all this crap off.
I don't think we can put the engine block in there.
No, well, I don't want to pull the crank out. So once we get all the slugs out, I think she might just be a upside down and a bit of Kero in the Kero gun, and we'll get the bulk of it off, and then the rest will sort itself out, I think, because that crank's been in there for 200,000 miles. I don't really want to upset it because it looks pretty happy in there. So
Yep.
we've got the main bits done, so we'll probably tackle that tomorrow?
Yeah, probably next episode, I think.
Next episode. So this is going to be an episode, part 1.
Yeah, I reckon we'll try and get some episodes out pretty quickly for you. So.
Oh yeah, well you've been a bit slack this week. What have you been doing?
Oh, buddy, lots of stuff.
Socialising, have you? Or?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, righto. We've got a response finally from Scotty.
Street Machine, yeah, they put a call out video up today, which is good to see.
So go and check that out. The boys at Carnage. I think. What was the name of that video? Called out.
They've called us out.
Righto.
Yeah.
So the old bird dog he's actually finally got a call out, and from the hinting I was getting, looks like they were going to go
The Valiant with
Chinese Chevrolet as well, like us.
remount turbo, apparently.
Oh, remount.
They were talking.
Yeah, righto.
So it'd be pretty even 5-3, I think they said, or 5-7. So
Righto.
even match up.
Yeah, that'll be spot on. All right. Well, if we're going to make this an episode, we've run everyone through our parts washer.
Yep.
So what are we going to do next episode?
Next episode, what are we going to do? We're going
We're going to put some valve springs on these bad boys. Now they're clean. We've got to clean that bottom end up, get all the bulk of the guns out.
Yep.
Our sump's clean now. Oh, we didn't show the bloody sump. Oh, look at that.
Brilliant.
Even in there. Remember, everyone looks how covered it was. So we should thank Billy Bob. Billy Bob bloody.
Bob, yeah, he had to go early, but
Oh, did he? He had a hot date or something, did he? Or-
yeah, he had a few women to see, but
Yeah, righto. Probably had bloody go and chuck a few Bernies up the corner in his commo, was he?
few
Or-
jumps probably.
Yeah, he likes jumping, that bloke. I'll give him that. But
He's good at it as well. Good, thank you for that.
yeah. Who else? Now
What else we got?
we've got to thank. We got Drewy. Drewy hooked us up with a couple of 10-inch bands.
Did he?
Crusty bloody Tirana Drewy.
Tirana?
He's had a bit of a shed clean out the other day, and he's found a couple of bands for us. So big thanks to Drew Balls. Who else? Mark Swartzy found us an F100 diff, and he's cobbled together out of shit. So we've got to say a big thanks to Swartzy. I think that'll turn up next week. Who else we got? We haven't really got anything off anyone this week, but
Yeah,
it's sort of been in lockdown. But we've got to thank. Oh, a couple of eBay parts turned up, but we'll probably go for that next episode. There's no use talking about if we can't show you.
Yep.
All right. Well, we've talked about that. We've pulled that down. We've sorted our call out.
Yep.
Bloody Ryan Ford started our bloody artwork.
Yeah, that looks pretty good actually.
Come up pretty mint. So hopefully soon you let us know if you want bird dog t-shirts or apparel, or what you preferred, stickers or a t-shirt, or
Yeah, let us know.
let us know. Oh, getting a bit wobbly there. I'll get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
What else we got to? I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yep. Got any questions in the comments? Please leave a comment.
Yeah, hit us up with the questions.
Always down to answer all the comments you guys leave. And what do you think of Billy Bob Budget?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd like to hear.
Do you reckon he's
Obviously, he's doing all right because he's got a date tonight. He must have been. Yeah, that was a nice little extra bit of footage from Billy. We want to thank Billy Bob.
really actually leave in the comments, and I think we'll wrap it up there.
Righto.
Won't keep talking.
You sick of talking, mate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Righto. Thanks for watching.
Catches.
10-4.
Righto, so a bit of extra footage, just real quick, but we forgot to put the dipstick in.
We forgot the old dipstick tube. We'll have a bit of a comparison in case people forgot how bad everything was.
But that is...
I don't know if it shows up good in the light. I don't want to touch it. It's that gungy.
It's very...
So if you've watched this far, you've gone past the credits. You've
You
watched
are
past.
a loyal subscriber.
Loyal.
Thank you very much for that. So...
Let's write Yo Haulass rocks.
Yo,
Oh, hang on. Let's change it.
Change it.
Billy Bob rocks.
Billy Bob rocks.
If you watch this far, we know how many of yous watched it.
So if you comment Billy Bob rocks,
All right, let's go dunk her in the tank.
you're a loyal one. We're thankful for that.
Still got sauce in her.
Oop, into the tank she
yeah.
goes.
Alright, put your bit of wire on so you don't burn your fingies when you try and get it out like someone did before. I think it's time for a bloody cordial.
Time to go enjoy a nice cordial while this clears up. And thanks for watching all the way to the end. And
Boom!